Hello. Hi. My name is Kate, and this is the very first episode of the Pick Me Up podcast. Very exciting. We have been planning this for a little bit, and to be recording the first episode is very fun. I have just come in from the literal pouring rain after doing my groceries. It's always fun. The weather's been very unpredictable lately, raining, then muggy. And personally, I love the sun. I am solar powered. I love the heat. I am not really enjoying this muggy weather. Everything feels really damp and I just feel very sticky. I did get really badly sunburnt on the weekend though, so the rain is forcing me to stay indoors. And the rain is also forcing me to watch a lot of content in this last week, which I am also not mad about. So thank you, rain, for allowing me to catch up on the shows. I've fallen into my new binge era, which has been very fun. Feels a little bit cheeky because, staying up till 1 a.m. and I know that I'm going to be tired when I wake up, but I still do it anyway. I go through these phases. I sometimes just never watch TV, or I fall asleep while I'm watching TV on the couch. Classic move. Or I just don't watch TV at all. And then I start binging and then I cannot stop, especially when I find a show that I love. I get super emotionally involved in the show. It's probably a bit of a problem, but I'm okay with it. I've also been watching all the award seasons, and so my list of shows and movies and outstanding performances is getting very long. So I had to make a start. So anyway, thank you, Rain, for that. So yeah, as I said, my name is Kate. I am hanging out in Sydney. My favorite food is Japanese. So yeah, I just wanted to give you that lovely little introduction and tell you a little bit about this podcast and why we're here after my lovely ramble about the sun and the rain. So the Pick Me Up podcast is going to be a little weekly release, and it is brought to you by Audio Technica and this amazing mental health charity called Listen Up Music. So Listen Up Music, I don't even know where to begin. They have built this incredible community for so many musicians and professionals across Australia. And it's this incredible community where artists can share their stories. I first saw a glimpse of this when I went to their songwriting prize night in Sydney in 2022, which a bunch of you may have heard of. And you're at a venue and you're in a room and you have all these beautiful musicians come and perform one song that they have written for the competition to this room full of other musicians and audience members. And they are all being very vulnerable, opening up, sharing their stories, and everyone in the room is just having the best time. Everyone is fully attentive to every artist. Everyone is supporting one another. And each artist has the room fully captivated for their story. It's incredible. It's this whole giant room where not everyone knows each other. Some people do, but it's this warm space, this huge giant family just all there together. And Listen Up has just played this incredible part in the conversations about mental health that I have not ever been exposed to before in that way. It was just, it was really eye-opening. I'd never been involved in an environment where it's so vulnerable yet so warm at the same time. And anyway, that's why I wanted to be a part of it. And with this podcast, the Pick Me Up podcast, we wanted to, I guess, give you all a pick me up. Okay, no, I'm kidding. But we wanted to bring this podcast to you, and we want to share stories, and we want to have fun. We want to bring energy, which is mostly my job, and we want to bring you into the Listen Up community. You get an introduction to me and all my weird noises, and we're going to be hanging out with some really awesome people who are part of the industry. We'll be talking about music, maybe listening to a bit of music, having a dance, talking about how music has helped people through their mental health journey or how they write their music. And while we're talking about music, I do want to just make a little segue here about hearing some really great tunes this week. In particular, G Flip has released a cover of Cruel Summer by the one and only Taylor Swift. And let me tell you, they nailed it. What a weapon of a cover. I think I probably watched it 12 times the first time I saw it. I was staring at the screen. It was, wow, speechless. There you go. Amazing. It was they kept all the cool bits of Cruel Summer in, but yet they made it their own. It was such a vibe, and I can't wait for it to be available on Spotify so I can just spam it in my car. Another song that I have been also listening to is Tell Her by Mia Ray. I don't know, great car tune. Really giving me, I'm driving to work and it's really giving me some great vibes. I'm bopping along, I'm getting in a great mood. Might be a little bit late to the party with that song, but I don't know. It's come up on my playlist. I've liked it. I've listened to it. I've spammed it. It's happening a lot. So yeah, great music. Music does great things. That's what we want to also talk about in this podcast. And we want to get people's stories about how music has really helped them on their mental health journey, but also just music as a whole in general, how great that is and how it connects to people's moods. Also live music. How good is live music? I'm very fortunate. I live in an area where I can just walk to a pub and the live music scene is coming back, which is awesome. And there's there's nothing better than seeing just a live gig at a pub. I don't know. That brings me so much happiness. I don't know what it is. It's just popping into a pub, seeing a great musician play some great tunes. I think I even remember my first concert that I ever went to. I was probably, I don't even know how old I was. Maybe 10, 11? I'm pretty sure it was, apart from the Wiggles, which is obviously a vibe, but my first proper pop concert was Pink. Funhouse. Pink Funhouse or Pink I'm Not Dead, which was an absolute vibe. And I remember it so clearly and had a really great time. So yeah, I don't know if that's all where my live music stemmed from, but what a great time. Went with my mum, went with my sister, probably probably sung my lungs out. Absolutely sung my lungs out because I don't know how many of you have been to a Pink concert, but a lot is happening. It's like a full entertainment show. But yeah, live music, it just brings something special, I think, whether it's in a pub or whether it's in a live big arena. There's just something so cool about seeing live music. Yeah. So I'm going to digress a little bit here after now just blubbling on about live music and things. But I want to talk to you about something and get your thoughts on ice baths, which is a complete topic change. But I've just been seeing a lot of stuff about ice baths and how oh my gosh, I can't say that. Ice baths. Anyway, ice baths. I've been seeing so much of the benefits of them with mental health, with just health in general. And I wanted to just squeeze that into this podcast because I am very interested and I feel like a lot of people are doing them at the moment. And no, it's not music related, but I just want to talk about some little things that are happening because social media and the internet are feeding so much stuff to everybody about all these kinds of different, are they mechanisms? They're different things you can do to help stress. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten how to speak today. Stress, to help anxiety. And I've been seeing a lot about the cold bath. So I during COVID, had heard about this, the cold therapy with Wim Hof. And I was on a walk with my sister and she was like, I want to try this. We should go to the beach and just go for a swim in the really cold water. So it's the middle of winter and neither of us had wetsuits. But we were like, let's do this. Let's try this. Let's try and do it every day, see how we feel. I really loved that we were trying to make a commitment even though we hadn't done it yet. But anyway, we were like, yep, we're going to the beach. Let's do it. We're in our puffer jackets. We're in our trackies because, as I said, it was freezing. It was the middle of winter. We get there, looking around. There is people in the water doing this. Like, there is people in the water swimming around doing this. So we get there. We are looking at other people in the water being like, we got this. We can do it. It's fine. We get down to our swimmers. We walk to the water. Tori search the water. I'm like, no, man, I'm out. I cannot do this. And then push through. My sister just dunks herself in the water, gets back out. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I can't just dunk myself in the water. So I'm like running in, start swimming, like keep the body moving, keep warm. We got this. I'm swimming. My sister's there like just dunking herself up and down in the water. By the way, another segue, the average age of the people in the water doing this, I reckon was like 45 and above. Like that's some tough humans out there doing that. And I bet you they do it on a regular basis. Anyway, I digress. I'm there trying to swim in the freezing cold water. My sister is like dunking herself in and out. I don't know if that process is working for her, but it looks terrible to me. And I'm like, I can't hear. I start like not being able to hear and my ears are like freezing from the inside out. My skin is also like kind of burning. I don't know if that's a thing. And then I look back and my sister is out of the water. She's like wrapped herself in her towel sitting on the sand. And so I get back over to her and I'm like, bro, what happened? And she's like, yeah, it's so cold and I'm so dizzy. I feel like I'm going to faint. So I'm there. I'm like, I can't really hear you. Like my ears are hurting and my skin is like burning. So yeah, we did it once and that was the end of that journey. Good effort on our behalf. I feel like we probably tackled it in the wrong way. And there is actually, so I've learned, a way to ease yourself into doing that kind of thing because not everyone can just dive straight into cold water in the middle of winter. So I'm starting my journey again. Easing myself by having cold showers. Correct approach. So I've started with like lukewarm and then I went to cold and I don't do it every day, but it's getting better. And I have noticed that on the days that I do it, my motivation is much higher and I weirdly feel less stressed. So I don't know if that's because of the cold showers or if I know that I'm working towards like doing ice baths and then that has motivated me. But I'm going to keep you guys posted on this journey. And if anyone wants to share their own journey and with cold therapy or give me advice or like, yeah, please do, because I am very interested about these kind of things. Because as I said, there's just so many things out there in the world, on the internet, on social media, when it comes to managing stress, managing anxiety, managing mental health. And I feel like sharing our journeys on these is exciting. And I want to talk about them on upcoming episodes. Obviously, I want to focus mostly on music and that community and bringing you guys into the Listen Up community. But I just want to share fun stories about life. Life is hard, man. Life is so hard. And I just want everyone to share their stories and really be brought into this community because everyone's different. And I'm really excited to hear all different bits and pieces from our guests and things like that. Yeah. So I'm going to stop rambling your ears off for today because I've done a bit of that. So thanks for listening to that. But right before I go, I just want to introduce you to this little segment called Scenarios. And this concept came from the marvelous Ali Taylor, who is the founder and the magic behind Listen Up. So we're at this pub one night in Wagga Wagga for the Songwriting Prize 2023. And we're all sitting around this table and Ali just yells out, "Scenario!" And I'm like, what? What is happening? Then he yells out, "Your year 6 photo," and starts counting down from 3, 2, 1. Then his incredible wife, Liv, who obviously knows what's going on, and I'm sitting there like, okay, we were literally just in the middle of conversation and now everyone's looking at him and watching. And he counts down from 3 and then Liv poses as if she was recreating her year 6 photo. And he took a photo of it. Caught the whole thing. It was hilarious. And I was like, I love this. I am bringing this to the podcast. So here we are. That's how this episode and this little situation scenarios is going to be brought into the podcasts because I love it. And I'm here by myself today. So I'm going to draw a scenario out of a hat. And Ali has written down a bunch and just put them into the hat. So I don't know what they are. So I'm going to draw one out. I'm going to have 3 seconds to think about how I'm going to create my pose. And then I will get into the pose. Now, obviously, you guys can't see this, but we are filming it and you will be able to check it out on our socials. So make sure you get our socials from the show notes. All right, let's do this. Obviously, it's a metaphorical hat because I don't have a hat and I'm using my phone. All right, I didn't cheat, by the way. These are the first time I'm seeing this. Tickets for your favourite band went on sale and you just found out that it's already sold out while you're in the queue. 3, 2, 1. What a time. That's so fun. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to listen to the first episode of the Pick Me Up podcast. I hope you guys had a fun time. I had a fun time. Just a reminder that I am not a medical professional, so anything that I do talk about on the podcast is from my own personal experiences. But if you do need resources, jump into our show notes and there will be plenty of resources there for you guys. And also make sure you come back and check out our episode 2 where I am having an awesome chat with Joan and the Giants from Perth in Western Australia. I went over there and had an awesome chat with them. They are opening up for Pink and Tones and I at the beginning of March. So make sure you come back and check out episode 2. And episode 3 is also coming out the week after that, where we're going to be talking to Ali, who is the CEO of Listen Up Music, the founder, the organizer, the man, the talent. So come back and check out the next 2 episodes. They will be released weekly. Bye!